How does food get spoiled? Let us understand with an example of bread. When we keep a slice of bread in the open for a few days, we find greenish, blackish growth or patches pop up on the bread. The slice of bread has been spoiled due to the growth of the fungi called mucor on it. If food is kept for a long time, germs start growing on it. The food starts rotting and is not fit to eat and harmful for our health. Eating spoiled food may cause food poisoning. The person suffers from stomachache, diarrhea, fever, and vomiting, including abdominal pain. Hence, fresh and clean food is important for good health. Food must be cooked properly to kill the bacteria and should be kept sufficiently hot after cooking to prevent bacteria from growing. Cooking makes food tasty, soft, and easy to digest. It also kills germs in the food which can cause diseases. How do we know that food is spoiled? Food can get spoiled due to presence of natural factors like air, water, and heat. Presence of white and greenish powder on fruits and vegetables indicates the spoilage of food. In frozen foods, spoilage is caused by keeping food at room temperature for a long period of time, which provides suitable conditions for the growth of bacteria and fungi. In canned foods, swollen top or bottom, an unusual smell from the can indicates that the food is spoiled. Bacteria and fungi grow well at room temperature and in the presence of moisture. To avoid spoilage, food should not be kept out of the refrigerator for a long time. This method is called cold storage. We can keep dry or non-perishable foods like pulses, wheat and sugar in airtight containers. It protects the grains from insects. This method is called dry storage. Food preservation. We cannot preserve food forever, but we can prevent it from getting spoiled. The process in which the food materials are given a suitable treatment to prevent their spoilage is called food preservation. Food materials are stored for a longer period of time without getting spoiled. Different foods are stored or preserved by using different methods of preservation. Heating. Heating kills all food spoiling bacteria and fungi. We heat milk to prevent it from spoiling. The boiled milk remains good for a long time. Drying. Many food items can be preserved simply by drying them in the sun. Drying is one of the oldest methods of preserving food. It reduces water content or moisture in food and thus the growth of bacteria is prevented. Many vegetables like fenugreek leaves, cauliflowers, ginger can be preserved in our homes just by drying them in the sun. Cooling. Germs do not grow and multiply in the cold. So, food like milk, cooked vegetables, raw vegetables, and fruits are kept in the refrigerator. Fish and meat can be kept or stored in deep freezer for months. Hence, the items remain fresh and last long. Sweetening and salting. Fruits like mango, lemon and amla can be preserved in the form of jams and pickles. Salt and sugar remove water from food materials. This prevents the bacteria from growing and thus prevents food spoilage. Potatoes and bananas are preserved in the form of wafers by drying and adding salt as preservatives. By adding preservatives, some chemical substances like sodium benzoate and potassium metabisulfite are used to preserve juice, jams, jellies, and squashes. Besides these, mustard oil, vinegar, and spices are also used as preservatives. Canning. It involves the cooking of food items and storing in sterilized containers. Food sealed in tins can be kept at room temperature as long as they are not opened. Pasteurization. It is one of the modern and most effective ways of preserving food. This method is mainly used for making the milk germ-free. In this method, milk is heated at high temperature and then cooled quickly to prevent the remaining bacteria from growing. The milk is filled into sterilized bottles or polybags. Advantages of food preservation. It increases the storage period of food materials.